there, Donna. It's so nice to finally meet you. I'm Isabella, but you can just call me Bella like everyone else does.
Come on in and make yourself comfortable, dear. Liam has told me all about you. Good things only, don't worry. You're even prettier in person than you are in your photos. I don't know how that son of mine could have landed someone as pretty as you. Well, at least I know he takes over his old mother and has good taste.
You sure are right, Mom. I was really set on never getting married until I set eyes on Bella. Oh, she's so beautiful that I fell for her at first sight. Sorry for making you wait so long, Mom.
Well, I'm just glad that you finally met the right person and didn't settle for just anyone. If you're happy, I'm happy. Make yourself at home, Bella, darling. Dinner's ready, so let's go eat, shall we?
Oh, yes, I'm looking forward to trying your cooking. Oh, wow, Donna, you're an amazing cook. Thank you so much for making such a lovely dinner.
Oh, this is nothing special, really. And don't worry, I'm not going to be expecting you to be feeding Liam home cooking every day once you're married. I'm not one of those silly old-fashioned moms who looks down on young people for getting takeout and fast food every now and again. I know you'll be busy with work, and dealing with the other chores on top of that is hard enough. So I don't expect you to be worrying about cooking on top of all that. Liam isn't a picky guy. He'll eat just about anything, you know. And if he ever complains about anything, just send him over to me and I'll give him a good telling off.
Wow, Mom, I see you're already getting all buddy-buddy with Bella and ganging up on me. I mean, it's fine. You know I'm not the kind of guy who expects his wife to be doing everything for him like in the good old days. We've already figured out how we're gonna divide the chores and stuff once we start living together, so don't you worry about that, Mom.
Oh, really? Well, that's nice to hear. It's so lovely that young people these days have a great sense of equality in a marriage. There's no a woman should do this and a man should do that anymore. I'm just sad that I was born into an era where there were still certain expectations of women once they became a wife and a mother.
I heard from Liam that your husband's family were really strict and traditional. That must have been so hard on you, Donna.
Oh, well, what does that matter now? It's all in the past now. At the time, I didn't really think that I was suffering all that much because I just thought of it as my duty as a woman. Liam's grandfather on his father's side was a bit of an eccentric and insisted on conducting his own religious rituals at home. They were based on his research into his roots. His family was Eastern European. Thinking back on it now, it was quite ridiculous. I was made to do everything towards organizing his rituals and ceremonies, even though the only person who really cared was him. Anyway, there's no expectations for you to do anything like that, so don't worry about it, okay?
Oh, it's okay. Thanks for putting my mind at ease anyway. My family are Christians, so I'm no stranger to religious ceremony.
You know, I'm really starting to like you more as I get to know you, Bella. I really think that you're an excellent match for Liam and that you two will be very happy together. It really puts my mind at ease to know that you're so lovely.
I'm also having a great time getting to know you, Donna. If you'd like, maybe we can go shopping together sometime.
Oh my goodness, I would love that. Are you sure that would be okay?
Of course it's okay with me. We're getting on like a house on fire, so I think it would be really fun.
In that case, we definitely should go sometime. I've only got the one son, you see, and I've always wanted to know what it was like to have a daughter. It seems like everyone except me has a daughter, you know. I hoped and prayed for a son, and when I finally gave birth to Liam, I decided that was it, and I didn't want to have any more kids. Liam's father really wanted us to have another child, but I stood firm in my decision. But seeing how lovely you are makes me regret not trying for another child when it could have been a daughter, who could have grown up to be as sweet and well-mannered as you are.
Well, I hope that you guys can get along well, like if you were really mother and daughter.
You know, Donna, seeing you really does make me think of my own mother who passed away a few years back. I used to talk to her all the time, so feel free to call or message me about anything whenever you like.
Oh, it's so lovely of you to say that. I'm so happy that we can all get along. I'm really looking forward to getting closer to you. Once you and Liam are married, you will be part of the family after all.
I can just see the two of you getting super close and excluding me from everything.
Well, you should be a good husband to lovely Bella, and then maybe we'll think about including you.
Of course I'll be a good husband. I think I'm already doing a pretty good job as her fiancé. I guess I'll have to go and make sure that I become best friends with Bella's dad then.
Oh, come on, Liam. It's just a bit of fun. We're all going to become one big family in the end anyway.
I'm really looking forward to meeting your dad as well, Bella. He must be a great man if he's raised such a wonderful daughter like you. We agreed to have the engagement dinner next Saturday, didn't we?
Yep, that's right. Next Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
I'll have to make sure to thank him for allowing us to welcome his beautiful daughter into our family.
He'll surely say the same thing right back to you. He already really likes Liam, you know?
Well, that's a relief to hear.
Hello, who is this?
Is this Bella? Hi there, it's Donna, Liam's mom.
Oh, hi, Donna.
I'm so sorry for calling you out of the blue. I really hope I'm not bothering you.
Oh, no, you're not bothering me at all, Donna. I should have been the one to call you first. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry about something silly like that. Are you at work right now? I deliberately waited until lunchtime to call you because I thought you'd probably be on break. I hope I called at the right time.
Yes, this is perfect timing. Don't worry. I'm on my break right now. Have you eaten lunch already?
Oh, yeah, I threw something together. By the way, what are you doing this evening? If you have a spare minute, would you be able to meet up for a little while? I'd really like to buy you some new clothes. Are you free?
Clothes, you say?
Yes, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but the dress you were wearing yesterday was looking a little worse for wear. It's not that it looked bad or anything, but I just thought that a pretty girl like you deserved to wear something nicer. Whilst you're preparing for the wedding, I'm sure you'll have lots of places to go and people to meet, so I thought it would be nice for you to have some new presentable clothes to wear. There's a big department store just around the corner from your office, right? I asked Liam if he knew any nice shopping places that wouldn't be too far out of your way. But if me fussing over you makes you uncomfortable, do let me know and I'll understand. It's just always been my dream to go shopping with a daughter. I get that it's a little last minute for me to ask you like this and that you may have other plans, so I won't be offended if you say no.
Oh no, don't worry. I'd absolutely love to go shopping with you later. I meant it when I said that I wanted to get closer to you. I also haven't had a shopping partner since my mom passed away, and I've always been jealous of my friends who still have their moms around to go shopping with. I can actually finish work earlier today if that suits you better. I also want to buy you some nice clothes, so I'm looking forward to going shopping with you.
Oh, don't worry about me. I don't go anywhere nice, so there's no need for me to go around wearing nice clothes. Even if I do wear expensive outfits, it never looks right on me. Those kinds of clothes were meant to be worn by beautiful young ladies like you. Anyway, I'll head over your way and meet you outside your building when you finish work.
Okay, Donna, see you later. I'm looking forward to it.
See you later. Have a good day at work.
Donna, there's really no need for you to buy me this many outfits.
But it's just that there's so much that suits you, Bella. Everything looks good on you. I guess it must be because you have such a pretty face. And anyway, I don't have any reason to spend any money really, so it's nice to have someone to splurge on.
Thank you so much for all of this. I'll treat you to a nice dinner later.
Oh, that would be lovely. I am starting to feel a little hungry after going around the department store for so long. And something is smelling really tasty in here. I wonder where it's coming from.
Oh, I think there's a steakhouse inside the department store, so the smell must be coming from there. Would you like to go there for dinner, Donna?
Oh, but it seems a little on the expensive side. Are you sure it'll be okay?
Of course, you bought me so many lovely outfits, so it's only fair that I should splash out a little and treat you as well. Let's go there. I'll get you the juiciest steak on the menu.
Not only are you such a pretty girl, you're also a kind and generous one. Thank you so much, Bella.
You said not to bother you too much these days because you were busy, so I was trying my best to contact you less and give you more space to get things done. But then I hear that you went out with my mom yesterday. We haven't even been on a date in like ages, but you can take her to a steakhouse? I almost got jealous of her, you know?
Oh, honey, don't be silly. How can you get jealous of your own mother? Your mom is so nice, you know? Everyone kept thinking we were actually mother and daughter, and that seemed to make her really happy. Lots of people were saying that we look so much alike, and I guess maybe we do now that I think about it.
Oh, really? Well, people do say that you and I look alike fairly often as well, so it's not that surprising, I guess. I'm really happy to hear that you're getting on so well with my mom, though.
I was actually so surprised by how nice she's being to me, you know? I was so worried that she wasn't gonna like me.
What's not to like about you? You're the kindest and prettiest girl I know.
And you're the kindest and handsomest guy I know. Your mom also said that you always compliment me in front of her. When we were having dinner earlier, she said that all you do is brag about how lucky you are to be engaged to a girl like me. I was so embarrassed, you know?
Why would you be embarrassed? Having you as a fiancé is something worth bragging about. I just want all the prep to be over with so we can just go ahead and have the wedding. Oh, I can't wait to be married to you.
I know how you feel. Oh, by the way, my dad said he found a really nice place that he thinks would be great for us to move in together.
Oh, really? Tell him thank you from me. I'm sorry that I don't already have a place for us to move into. If I was a little bit better off financially, there's so much more I could do for you.
Oh, don't worry about that. Buying a house is really expensive these days, and barely anyone can afford it. How about we go and take a look at the place my dad was talking about this weekend?
That sounds like a great idea.
It's so nice to finally meet you. I'm Donna, Liam's mom.
The pleasure's all mine, Donna. I'm Bill, Bella's dad. Did you get here okay? The traffic wasn't too bad, was it?
Oh, no, it wasn't that bad at all. I heard from Liam that you deliberately booked a restaurant that wasn't too far away from our place. That's so considerate of you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's no big deal, really. I also heard from Bella how nice you've been to her, so thank you so much for being so generous as to buy her all those clothes.
Oh, there's no need to thank me. She's just such a lovely girl. I liked her as soon as I laid eyes on her.
I was also fond of Liam from the very first time we met. I think they're a great match for each other. We have nothing to complain about, that's for sure.
I mean, at first I was just relieved that Liam wanted to get married at all. These days, so many young people are against marriage. So I was so relieved when he told me he'd met someone he wanted to spend the rest of his life with.
I know exactly what you mean.
I heard that you bought a place for these two to move in together. I'm so grateful, but it does make me a little embarrassed that the groom's side can't afford to match your generosity. It's not been that long since Liam started working at his current company, and I've been struggling to scrape by ever since my husband passed away.
No, it's fine. Who can bring what to the table isn't really important at the end of the day, is it? And it's not that I've been able to get them a super luxurious apartment or anything like that. I was just about able to afford a place that will be just big enough for the two of them to live together comfortably. Saving up money to move into a better place is all down to them now.
And we will try our best to do that, Bill. Thank you so much for helping us out.
It's only because I like you so much, Liam.
Since you've provided the house, Bill, I'll be more than happy to buy all the furniture to go inside.
Oh, thank you so much. They should be able to move in later this week, so they'll be able to start the process of bringing everything in slowly but steadily.
That sounds great. If you'll excuse me, I just need to go and powder my nose.
Oh yes, go ahead, take your time.
Ouch, my back!
Donna, what happened here?
Mom, are you okay?
Oh no, are you okay, Donna?
I didn't know that there was some spilt water on the floor here and I slipped and fell. Oh, it hurt so much.
Are you able to get up? Should I call 911?
I'll call them. It looks like she's had quite a serious fall here.
Oh no, this isn't good at all. It looks like I'm gonna have to be hospitalized for a whole month. This is so irritating.
Because you had that surgery for a herniated disc before, they have to monitor you extra carefully. They said if you don't give yourself enough time to fully recover, you might end up with another herniated disc on your hands, so it's best to just do as the doctors say. I'm sure you'll feel better in no time, but just make sure that you rest as they tell you and don't try and move around prematurely or anything like that.
Liam's right, Donna. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, though. It must have been such a shock to suddenly slip like that. My dad has put in a formal complaint to the restaurant. How could they be so careless as to spill that much water on the floor and not even clean it up? He's also pushing for the restaurant to pay for your hospital fees as compensation.
Tell your dad thank you so much for me. Oh, I'm just gonna be so bored being stuck in here for a whole month. I can't even move around freely with my back hurting so much.
I know, Mom, it must be so frustrating for you. I'm looking into getting you a caregiver to help you move around.
A caregiver? Oh, there's really no need to go that far. I'm fine, really.
But Mom, you can't even go to the toilet by yourself in your state. You need to have a caregiver.
Liam's right, Donna. If you try and do things by yourself, it's just going to be putting yourself at risk of more danger. You'll need to have someone with you at all times for as long as you're in the hospital.
But hiring a caregiver is so expensive. Where are we going to find that money? Here's an idea. Why don't you just look after me, Bella?
Me?
Yes, you. You're basically family now, and I'd feel much more at ease having someone I know look after me than some stranger. I'd ask Liam to do it, but getting leave isn't that easy for him. But because you're the boss of your own company, you can just take leave whenever you like, right? A month really isn't that long when you think about it. So what do you say? You're basically my daughter now, and looking after an injured mother should be a daughter's duty, don't you think?
Well, but even though I technically can take leave, it's best not for me to leave the company for too long. And I have no experience in being someone's caregiver. So even if I did agree to it, I don't really think I would be of much use to you, to be honest. I really think it would be for the best to just hire a professional caregiver. Don't you agree?
Yeah, Mom, I agree. Let's just hire a caregiver. You'll both end up being uncomfortable around each other if you get Bella to look after you for a month.
What do you mean, uncomfortable? How could I be uncomfortable around someone I see as my own daughter? And why would she be uncomfortable looking after me? I was the one who looked after my in-laws whenever they were sick or injured. I even changed my father-in-law's adult diapers when he was too old and infirm to go to the toilet by himself. It should be a given that it's a daughter-in-law's duty to look after her in-laws in their time of need. Even though you don't have any experience with this, you should be able to gain some after looking after me for a while, don't you think? I understand that the concept of looking after your in-laws like this is more something that my generation is used to than yours, but I'm sure it wouldn't hurt you to try. And Liam, don't you go saying that you think she shouldn't do it, because this is just how family dynamics should be, in my opinion. So I think you should be willing to do this for me without complaint, Bella.
Well, that's really taken me aback. Never in a million years would I think that Donna would suggest something like me becoming your caregiver. I do have a job, you know, and besides, I don't feel comfortable caring for her when I have no experience.
Yeah, I get that, but I think my mom just suggested this because she really wants to get closer to you and spend more time with you.
Wait a second. Are you saying you think this is a good idea?
Well, it's just that she really, really likes you, and she's already started thinking of you as her own daughter. Think about it. If your mom were still with us, you wouldn't bat an eyelid about taking a month off of work to look after her if she was injured, would you? You wouldn't just say, "Oh, sorry, I have to go to work," would you? You said that you wanted to think of my mom as if she were your own mom, so don't you think you could do this one thing for her? She also really hates spending money on things like this. She'll normally only ever go to the hospital if there's something seriously wrong with her. If it's something she thinks that she can just deal with herself, she just self-medicates with what she can get from the pharmacy. She thinks that hospital fees are way too expensive and that there are other things that you could use that money on. She's already frustrated enough about having to pay the hospital fees for her stay this time, so she really doesn't want to have to pay to hire a caregiver on top of that.
But even so, I really don't feel comfortable with doing this. Surely she doesn't really want me to be by her side day and night for an entire month.
Of course she will. Like I said, you guys have basically become real mother and daughter at this point. I'll come and see you both often, so don't worry about having to do too much by yourself, okay? So, what do you say? Oh, please, for me? My mom really doesn't have anyone else, so you're her only hope, really. I would do more, but this is the busy season at work.
I still don't really feel right about this.
Oh, come on, Bella. This is my mom's way of making the most of an opportunity for you to get closer to her. Please, Bella?
Fine, I'll do it. But on the condition that if I feel like it gets too much for me, you won't force me to do it and we will just hire a professional caregiver, okay?
Yep, that is fine with me. Oh, thanks for this, Bella.
Hi, Donna. It's me, Bella. I've packed everything I need and I'm ready to stay here with you. How are you feeling? Did you sleep well?
Oh, so now you're here. I was expecting you to have spent the night here with me. What would you have done if I'd fallen out of the bed in the night and died because you weren't here, huh? And do you have any idea how hard it was needing to go to the bathroom all night but having to hold it in because there was nobody here to help me? I had to keep bothering the poor nurses to help me when they're busy with so many other things.
Aw, really? I'm so sorry. I just had a few loose ends to tie up before I came here.
But you're the boss of the company. What is there that you would have needed to do that you couldn't just make your employees do for you? Anyway, never mind. Just be a dear and go get me some food. I told the kitchen staff that you would go and fetch it once you arrived, so it should be all ready for you.
Ah, yes, okay, I'll go and get that right now. It's like she's turned into a completely different person. She's being so cold to me all of a sudden. I'm only making myself look after her because Liam begged and begged me to do it. But she doesn't seem to appreciate that I've taken time out of my busy life to do this, and that this isn't just a given. Maybe she's just a little sensitive because of how much pain she's in. I would also be frustrated if I'd hurt my back to the point that I couldn't walk around properly, I guess. I'll try not to take it to heart, and I'll put it down to her feeling out of sorts for now.
Hey, Mom, how are you doing? I bought you some apples, the red and the sweet ones that you like.
You shouldn't have come all the way here. You must be tired from work. Go on and head home and get some rest.
But my two favorite ladies in the whole world are here. I would much rather be here than at home. How are you doing, Bella? I hope today wasn't too hard on you.
Oh yeah, it's been fine. I hope you had a good day at the office.
Bella, why don't you peel these apples for me? I watched you doing it earlier at lunch, and it doesn't look like you're very good at peeling fruit. That's not really acceptable at your age, is it? My future daughter-in-law should be a little more versed in basic domestic tasks, don't you think?
Oh, it's because I don't really like to eat fruit, so I'm not really used to it. I'm also not really good with knives.
you want my poor son to starve? If you can't even peel a fruit properly, I dread to think what your cooking skills must be like. Don't tell me you actually took it to heart when you said I'd be okay with you guys just ordering takeout all the time. That was just something I said to not make you feel too pressured during our first meeting, and I hope you didn't think for a second that I actually meant it. It makes me shudder to think about my poor baby eating junk with no nutritional value day in and day out just because his wife doesn't want to chop a few vegetables. I was so frustrated when I ended up in the hospital, but now I'm starting to think that it's a blessing in disguise. It's given me the chance to see that you really are quite domestically useless, and I see that I've got quite a few things to teach you before I let you marry my son. It's all right if you look after me half-heartedly, but I won't have you doing anything half-heartedly for my Liam.
I'd like to remind you that I've never had to care for someone in this capacity before. If you have a problem with how I'm doing things, then you should just hire a professional. Professional caregivers exist for a reason, you know?
So, are you saying that you think it's okay for you to be useless, both as a caregiver and as a housewife? Well, this is just unacceptable.
Mom, please stop that. She's been by your side and at your beck and call all day long. How can you be so mean to her?
I'm not being mean to her. Stop acting like she's going out of her way and doing me some kind of favor. Looking after her sick mother-in-law is a daughter-in-law's duty. I'm starting to think that she doesn't know how to go on because her mom passed away too early. If her mom was still around, she would have been able to teach her a thing or two about a woman's place and her duty. It's so obvious to spot girls without moms. They just don't know how to behave properly.
Excuse me, Donna. What makes you think you have the right to say that?
She's right, Mom. I think you may have crossed a line there.
But don't you think I'm right? If her mom were still with us, she would have made sure she was properly prepared for marriage, don't you think? Instead, I have to be the one to teach her at the last minute. I'm also saving you here, Liam. You could have been stuck in a marriage with a useless wife, but now I have the opportunity to make sure she's more than capable of looking after you.
That's it. I won't sit here and listen to another second of this. I'm leaving. I don't know what I've done to deserve you saying such awful things to me.
And just where do you think you're going? You're supposed to be looking after me. Who's going to help me go to the bathroom at night if you're not here?
Well, since I'm doing such a lousy job, I guess you'll be just fine without me. Or you can get your son to help you, as he's grown up with a mom and should therefore be more capable of doing things than I am. Goodbye, Donna.
You can't just leave. Come back here right now.
Bella, please, just wait a second and talk to me.
I don't have anything to say to you. Just go ahead and hire a caregiver and please don't involve me further. I gave your mom the benefit of the doubt, thinking that she was a bit cranky because she was in pain, but she really went too far with her words just then. There's no excuse for her talking to me like that. Ever since she asked me to be her caregiver, she's done a complete 180 on her attitude towards me. I tried my best to take care of her despite the fact that she was being prickly. But the stuff that she said about me being useless and clueless because I don't have a mom really hurt me, you know? Why would I stay there and look after her when she's going to treat me like that?
Okay, I do understand that she shouldn't have said those things. That's why I tried to stop her just now. It was her mistake for speaking out of turn like that, and I apologize on her behalf. But it also looked bad on you for yelling at an injured old lady and storming out like that. So I think you need to admit that you're at fault here as well.
Excuse me? So you think that I should have just sat there and listened to her say whatever she likes?
I mean, you could have just put up with it, couldn't you? If you wanted to complain about her, you could just complain to me later. My mom isn't usually like this. You also said that you thought she was a really nice person, didn't you? Why would you take something that my mom said offhandedly to heart? She is just feeling irritated about her situation. And anyway, don't you think it's a little premature to give up being her caregiver after just one day because of a silly remark?
Did you forget that I didn't agree to do this because I wanted to? I agreed to do it because you kept pushing for me to do it.
But after hearing what my mom said just then, I don't really think that she's being unreasonable. What kind of a woman doesn't know how to peel fruit properly? And if you're looking after her half-heartedly, that could be dangerous for her, you know? Like if you let go of her while helping her to the bathroom and she slips and falls again, that could be really devastating for her. She told me that she nearly got hurt because you didn't support her properly earlier. I think that's one of the reasons why she was so sensitive this evening.
So everything is my fault then, is it?
I'm not saying that everything is your fault, but you are a little bit to blame, if I'm honest. It was mean of my mom to bring up your mom who passed away, but she wasn't wrong in pointing out the ways in which you're lacking. She was just trying to say that she'd like to teach you a few things from the goodness of her heart. Why do you have to go and take it the wrong way like that?
I think that the people who need to learn a thing or two about how to go on are you and your mom, not me. No matter what her intentions may have been, she should have known not to say those things to me. I won't put up with this, not from her or from you. Let's just call off the wedding.
Wait a second, what do you mean, call off the wedding?
As your mom said, her getting hospitalized really was a blessing in disguise. If this hadn't happened, I might not have found out about what you and her are really like until after we got married. And then I'd be in a sticky situation. Please don't try and call me.
You can't just end things like this. We've started planning the wedding and everything.
Well, it's a relief that everything isn't finalized and we don't have to cancel anything, isn't it? Just go away and look after your mom or whatever. I don't care anymore.
Bella, you can't just leave me like this. Please, hear me out first.
Is she still not answering your calls? There's no need for her to be so dramatic like this.
I really don't know if she meant it when she said she wanted to call off the wedding.
I really don't think she would actually call off the wedding when her dad has gone as far as to buy a house for you two. They're from a strong business background, and people like that tend to care a lot about reputation. Even if she wants to, I don't think her dad is going to let her call off the engagement so easily. And besides, her dad said that he really liked you, didn't he? She's probably just throwing a tantrum. Leave it to blow over for a few days and I'm sure she'll come back.
But she really isn't the sort of person who would decide something as serious as calling off the engagement so lightly. Even when we had fights before, she never once threatened to break up with me or anything like that. And you need to clean up your act, Mom. It's your fault that she left like that. You shouldn't have said those things.
But everything I said was true. She doesn't know the first thing about how to be a good daughter-in-law, and she certainly doesn't know how to respect her elders properly. She would be a disgrace to our family name. This is why she needs to learn from me before she marries you. But if she has a temper like this, it's definitely not going to be easy to teach her.
Oh, come on, Bella, pick up the phone already.
Oh, stop sniveling and get to work already. You've been like this all night. Men shouldn't be pathetically pining over a woman like this, you know. At this rate, you'll be a bigger disgrace to our family name than her.
But what will you do if I leave? You'll have nobody to look after you. This is why I said we should just hire a caregiver already.
Don't be silly. Why would we waste our money like that? We need to save money for your wedding. And I'm starting to be able to move by myself a little as well. Anyway, if you just hold out for a day or two more, Bella will come running back to us with her tail between her legs. She'll be able to start looking after me again and we won't have any problems. I'll give her such a telling off that she'll never do something like this ever again.
I really don't think she's gonna come back, Mom. She's not even picking up the phone and she wouldn't even open the door when I went all the way to her house. But the furniture we ordered to the new place is meant to be coming today, so she must be here. Oh, this was definitely the password before. I'm sure I didn't make any mistakes. Maybe the keypad is broken or something. Oh, Bella! Bella!
What are you doing here? Why are you trying to get into my house?
I just put the password in, but the door won't open. The furniture was supposed to come today, wasn't it?
Oh, the furniture. I canceled the order. It wasn't really my style.
What? Are you saying that you canceled the order for the sofa and the bed that my mom picked out especially for us?
Yeah. This is my house, so I should choose furniture that I like, shouldn't I? They said they'd give her a full refund anyway. If you're worried, go call the furniture store yourself.
Why do you keep saying this is your house?
Why are you acting all confused? We broke off the engagement, don't you remember? So this is my house now. My dad didn't mind whether it was going to be our house or my house. He said he just wanted to get me somewhere nice to live, regardless of whether I'd be living with a partner or not. So can you please not come here and bother me? This is not your house, it's mine. Oh, and also my dad told me to tell you that you won't be getting that promotion you asked for. You and I now have nothing to do with each other, and in all honesty, you haven't demonstrated the necessary skills needed to deserve that promotion. He said that if you have time to make a promotion request like that, you've got time to improve your skills.
What? He can't have said that. He said he thought I was a hard worker with a great personality. He's close with the executive director as well, which is why I asked him if he could make it happen for me. He can't suddenly just go back on his word like that.
He only said he'd do that because you were my fiancé. Now we have nothing to do with each other. He doesn't see any point in giving you the promotion. Anyway, don't you think about trying to come here ever again. For the last time, this is not your house. Get lost. Seeing you hanging around outside here is giving me the creeps.
Is this really the end for us? When we had this nice house lined up for us and everything?
Oh, for goodness sake. I told you this is not our house. This is my house. The house that my dad bought for me. Now will you just get out of my sight already?
What? She canceled the order for all the furniture I bought for you two. I did get an unexpected amount of money deposited in my account this morning. I guess that must have been the refund money.
I told you, didn't I, Mom? Bella wouldn't say she wanted to break off the engagement if she didn't mean it. It's over between us, and there is no chance of my promotion happening now either.
But don't you think it was a little overdramatic of her to break off the whole engagement over one tiny little thing? However successful a businessman her dad is, I don't know what makes her think she has the right to act so high and mighty. She's shameless, that's what she is. If you did marry her, she would have sucked all the life out of you. Help me up, I need to go and talk to her.
Mom, you can't be going anywhere in this state.
Are you expecting me to just stay here and do nothing when she thinks she can throw you away? You're the best catch any girl could hope to get. She also disrespected me by sending back all the furniture I so painstakingly picked out. I need to take this opportunity to teach her how to behave properly.
Mom, I really think that whatever you say to her, it's not going to change anything. Are you seriously going to go back and talk to her? You're just going to end up hurting yourself.
Stop whining and just stay where you are. I'm going to make sure everything gets sorted out for you.
Thanks, sir. You can just put the sofa down here.
Oh, goodness. Why is everything such a mess in here?
Donna, what are you doing here? It looks like Liam hasn't got it into his head yet. I can't believe that even you would show up at my house.
Is that any way to address your elders? I heard that you said you wanted to break off the engagement with Liam, and that you sent back all the perfectly good furniture I chose for you. Is this really what you've chosen instead? Shouldn't you know that Liam doesn't like pink? Oh, the whole place is pink. Why would you decorate only to your taste when you're not going to be the only one living here?
But I am going to be the only one living here. I really don't know what you're talking about. I told Liam very clearly that we're over and that he won't be living here with me. This is my house that my dad bought for me.
You really are rude, you know. I dragged myself all the way here even though my back is killing me and you haven't even offered me a seat. This is why it was so important to have a mother around to teach you how to behave.
People who know how to behave don't show up at other people's houses uninvited and take advantage of the fact that the door is open because the new furniture is being moved in.
Well, if I'd known what a rude and awful person you were, I wouldn't have let my son get engaged to you in the first place. The only reason that I agreed to this engagement was because your dad has a lot of influence in the business world, and I thought he could have helped Liam out with his career. If it wasn't for your good family background, I would have been against the whole thing straight away. It's not like Liam doesn't have his pick of girls anyway. But anyway, he chose you. So let's just stop this whole silly calling off the engagement thing now, shall we?
My dad said that he was actually quite happy that I called off the engagement.
What did you just say? How can he be happy about such a thing? When we were having dinner with him before, he wouldn't stop saying how much he liked Liam.
Well, of course he would say that in front of you, wouldn't he? He didn't want to offend you. Of course he didn't love bomb me the way you did, saying you wanted to treat me like your real daughter and buy me all those clothes. But he was also pretending to like Liam just like how you were pretending to like me. So now the whole engagement is over, isn't it better for everyone? Now no one has to keep pretending.
When was I love bombing you?
Before you got hospitalized, you were acting like the best mother-in-law a girl could possibly wish for. I thought that maybe you started acting cranky because you were injured and uncomfortable, but it seems that the person I saw in the hospital was the real you, and the person who took me shopping was just putting up a front. I'd never seen a person change so suddenly and so completely before. It was actually quite scary, you know? It's not right for a mother-in-law to force her daughter-in-law to take a month off work to wait on her hand and foot while she's in the hospital. And it's definitely not right for a mother-in-law to make comments about her daughter-in-law's upbringing and drag her dead mother into it. You know, I feel kind of bad about all the complaints we made to the restaurant where you slipped and fell. I should be thanking them and leaving them a 5-star review for giving me the opportunity to find out what you really like before I got more involved with you and your family. They really helped me dodge a bullet here.
Excuse me. Are you saying that you're glad I got hurt?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. You also said the same thing, didn't you? Just the other day, you said that you being hospitalized had given you the chance to see that I really am quite domestically useless, and that you had a lot to teach me before you'd let me marry your son, did you not? So I'm just saying that I agree with you, that the whole thing really was a blessing in disguise. I was able to find out how much of a tyrannical mother-in-law you were really going to be. And I was also able to see that Liam is nothing but a pathetic little mama's boy who believes everything mommy tells him. I actually kind of feel like my mom was helping me from beyond the grave, helping me to realize that this engagement wasn't the right thing for me. Even though she isn't here to support me, I feel like she's given me the best gift I could ask for, which is opening my eyes to how toxic getting involved with you and your son would be.
How can you say such awful things to a poor old lady like me? Your mother-in-law, nonetheless.
Why do you keep on saying that you're my mother-in-law? You already forfeited that title. Please don't come to my house again, and please get out of my sight.
Excuse me. You can't just tell me to get out.
Oh, but I can. You're just a stranger trespassing in my house at this point.
I really don't understand what I've done wrong. Was it really that bad of me to ask you to look after me whilst I was injured? Is that not something that family should do for each other?
Well, I am not, and never have been, a part of your family. I hope next time round you find a daughter-in-law who's willing to do all the things you want her to do. But that person is not me. Oh, and don't forget, if your future daughter-in-law gets injured or sick, you should expect to have to look after her as well. After all, it's only natural for family to want to help each other like that, isn't it? But to be honest, I don't know if you'll have another chance at getting a daughter-in-law. I don't think Liam will be capable of getting this far into an engagement again. But if I do hear that he manages to get married to some poor girl, I'll have to get a special medal sent to her to reward her for her service. Someone willing to make that many sacrifices for her new family deserves recognition.
Are you quite done, young lady? You're going to regret letting go of my son, you know. Do you really think there will be any other guy willing to put up with your horrible personality?
If there isn't, then that's fine with me. I'm more than fine with being on my own. It's your son you should be more worried about. Now, will you just shut up and get out of my house? Next time you try anything like coming all the way to my house, I'll report you for trespassing. Do you understand?
What? Oh, ouch, my back. All this yelling has made my back hurt even more. You'll have to take me back to the hospital. My back hurts too much to walk.
Well, if you made your way all the way here by yourself, you must be more than capable of getting back by yourself. If you really can't move, you should get your son, who has had a proper upbringing, unlike me, to come and fetch you. If you're just gonna stand there groaning in pain, I'd appreciate if you'd do it outside my house. Get out already!
How can you be so heartless?
Now look what you've gone and done, Mom. You've messed up your back even more, and for what? I told you not to go, didn't I? But you didn't listen to me.
I can't believe she just left me there. How could she be so cruel as to throw someone whose back hurts out when they can't walk out onto the street to fend for themselves? It hurts so much I can't bear it. Will herniating the disc again mean that I have to go through surgery again?
The doctor said that there's a high chance of that being the case. Everything really is ruined now. That house is gonna massively go up in value now that it's furnished, and now I've missed the chance to be able to sell it and get somewhere bigger. And now I am never gonna get that promotion.
You've got plenty of things going for you. You'll definitely be able to meet a nicer girl than her in the future. Your life would have just been difficult married to a girl like her anyway.
But her family is rich and influential. I would have been able to live such a comfortable life. Everything had been going so well. Actually, everything was going so well until you got involved. If you hadn't had the idea of asking Bella to be your caregiver, none of this would have ever happened.
Well, it was just one of my tests to find out whether she really was a suitable wife for you. I was in so much pain, and the fact that she didn't want to care for me spoke volumes about her character, if you ask me.
If you wanted to test her so badly, you should have waited until after the wedding. You also drove off my last girlfriend because you were being all bossy, asking her to do the dishes as soon as I introduced her to you. Are you not noticing a pattern here? All of my relationships end because of you, Mom. Do you not just want me to get married at all? Is that what this is?
All I've been doing is making sure whether these girls are good enough to be your wife. And anyway, instead of blaming me, you should maybe consider that you might just have terrible taste in women. You should date a girl who's more like me. Are those so hard to find these days?
I should have known that nothing I say would get through to you. I am sick of you, Mom. Let's just cut each other off already. I'll just carry on living my life pretending that you don't exist, and you should do the same.
What? You're gonna cut off your own mother? Over what? Breaking up with some girl? Are you completely out of your mind? Family can't just cut each other off like that.
Well, I'm going to. What are you gonna do about it? Because of you, I lost my chance to live the rest of my life without having to worry about money. I'll find a caregiver for you, so after that, let's just not contact each other anymore, okay? Even if you do try and call me, I won't pick up, and even if you do try and message me, I won't reply.
Just where do you think you're going? You can't just throw away your own mother like this! Wait!
Oh, hello there, Bill. I didn't realize that you were gonna be here as well.
I don't trust you not to give my Bella a hard time, so I'm here to make sure that you stay on your best behavior. We live in a scary world, and it's always best to be careful. How do I know whether you're gonna hurt my daughter or not?
Surely you know that I would never do anything like that, Bill. I've just come here today to beg Bella for forgiveness. It's actually worked out quite well, as I'm sure you've also developed a few misunderstandings about me, Bill. I'll take this opportunity to clear things up with the two of you once and for all. Bella, I've decided to cut my mom off and go completely no contact with her. So, how about we get married after all? What do you say? Bill, I promise you, I'm never gonna talk to my mom ever again. I won't let Bella down anymore, so please trust me. I'm begging you.
I don't think being able to cut a parent off so easily is a good testament to your character.
Liam, I don't think you really understood the situation properly when I told you I wanted to call off the engagement. Do you think that I ended things with you just because of your mom?
Well, yeah, I did. If that's not the case, then what was the problem? Was it not because my mom asked you to look after her while she was in hospital?
What was worse than that was you fully expecting me, who'd only just met your mom and wasn't even your wife yet, to do it without batting an eyelid. You then also said that peeling fruit and looking after elders were part of a woman's duty. Do you think hearing that would make me want to marry you? You really revealed your true feelings about marriage and the role of a wife there, and it was obvious how things would have ended up for me if I had gone through with the wedding.
Oh, I didn't mean all of those things, really. They just kind of came out of my mouth in the heat of the moment. And as for expecting you to be my mom's caregiver, I just thought that you'd be happy to do it because you two had gotten so close and had even gone to the department store together and stuff like that. And then you agreed to do it in the end, didn't you?
I gave in because you kept begging me to do it. I now see that making sacrifices is something that both you and your mom would have expected from me as your wife. But I have no intention of making any sacrifices, especially for people who for sure wouldn't make any for me. I'm a person in my own right, you know, and my parents raised me with lots of love and affection. So why I would be expected to make sacrifices off the bat just because I'm marrying into your family, who I owe nothing to, by the way, is beyond me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, and so many of them are sure better than you. So there's no reason for me to give up my freedom and autonomy for the sake of someone so mediocre.
I guess my family is a bit traditional and has always had a strong sense of hierarchy. And that's why I kept telling my mom to watch her mouth around you, because I didn't want her to offend you with her conservative views. But even I think that she went through some kind of crazy overnight transformation, and I agree that her behavior towards you was unacceptable. And that's why I've decided to cut ties with her. And I promise I will be a better partner to you from here on out. My mom may be a lost cause, but I can change. I can change to be better for you. Bill, please, back me up here. You told me how life was really hard for you when you were raising Bella all by yourself. But then you worked really hard and were able to build a business that turned out to be a huge success. I can turn my life around in a similar way.
I'm not buying it, to be honest. I think you're just trying to cling on to our family's money and influence. You're even willing to throw away your own mother for money, a status, and a comfortable life. That makes me think that you wouldn't hesitate to throw Bella away either if you thought you'd found an opportunity for an even better life. Whatever you say isn't gonna change my opinion of you.
No, Bill, that's not true.
You're speechless now, aren't you? How pathetic. Anyway, whether you've cut ties with your mom or not, there's no chance of us getting back together. Now please, for what I really hope is the last time, get out of my life.
If you ever try to so much as come near my daughter again, you'll have to answer me directly. Come on, Bella, let's go.
Yes, let's. I'm tired of this now.
Oh, wait, Bella, Bill. I'll get down on my knees if I have to. Could you just give me one more chance? I'll do anything.
Getting down on your knees when you're at a disadvantage is a big telltale sign of not having a proper upbringing. Don't you think so, Dad? There's no use in resorting to something so pathetic. Come on, Dad, let's go.
I'm coming. Oh, goodness, what a loser.
Ouch, my back. I can't believe that son of mine hasn't contacted me even once in a whole month. I even had to have surgery and he didn't even care. In order to raise him, I endured all that abuse from my in-laws, and this is the thanks I get. I can't believe he was really willing to cut ties with me over one silly girl. I'm still in so much pain that I can barely feed myself, and he doesn't even want to give me a call. Oh, my back hurts so much it's killing me. Excuse me, can I get the check, please?
Ma'am, it says here that your card has been declined.
No, it can't have been. This is the card my son gave me, telling me I could use it however I liked. He always keeps it topped up. Try again, it must be a problem with the machine.
Do you have any other cards? This one has definitely been declined.
Oh, no, I don't have any other cards. What should I do?
Excuse me, I'm ready to pay when you have a second? Oh, yes, of course. Oh, aren't you the lady who owns this building? The boss said not to accept any payments from you. You can get whatever you like from a restaurant for free. I'm sorry, lady, I'll come back to you, but you still have to pay one way or another. I don't care whether you have to contact your son or whatever, I just need you to pay for your meal somehow. Oh dear, you really should pay for your dinner, you know, when the staff have gone to the trouble of preparing it for you.
Bella, you're the owner of this building.
Long time no see, Donna.
Thank goodness. It must be fate that I ran into you here. The thing is, there's been a little problem with my card, and it looks like I won't be able to pay for my meal. Would you perhaps be able to pay for me?
I guess Liam finally got sick of paying for you and canceled your card, huh? Well, there's no need for me to get involved here. Bye-bye.
Wait! Bella! Bella!
Well, are you going to pay or not?
Please, just wait 1 second. If he's going to do something drastic like cancel my card, he should at least let me know about it. And he should at least pick the phone up and help me out just this once. I can't believe I raised such a terrible son. So that lady who you said is the owner of this building is actually my son's ex-fiancée, you know. So because I'm kind of linked to her, would you just be able to give me the meal for free as well?
What kind of ridiculous request is that? Your son's ex-fiancée is obviously nothing to do with you anymore. If you don't pay, I'm going to be calling the police.
The police? There's no need to take things that far.
When you eat out at a restaurant, you pay for your meal afterward. That's the law. If you aren't going to pay, I'm going to report you to the police.
Wait just a second. You're being a bit too hasty, don't you think? Oh, why isn't he picking up the phone?
During the first few months after I called off my engagement, I threw myself into work, and I was able to sign several new contracts and hire lots of new employees. I was really proud of myself for my business success, and my dad was proud of me too. I heard from my dad that Liam quit the company he'd been working at. Apparently, he tried to use his severance pay to start his own business, but it failed as quickly as it was set up. I then started hearing some rumors that he'd been going around begging his old coworkers to give him money. Of course, he came to my house looking for me as well. He asked to borrow money from me as some kind of last resort, and seeing him there looking so desperate and pathetic and knowing that I almost married him gave me the shudders. I reported him to the police for trespassing and even filed for a restraining order against him. After that, I never heard from him again. Also, I recently met someone new, and we're really enjoying each other's company. It's still too early to know whether things will work out between us, but my dad really likes him, and I'm starting to think that maybe he really might be the right person for me. I've even started to imagine what the future will be like with him. But I am treading carefully, since I had such a terrible experience with my last engagement. Thank you so much for listening to my long story. Don't forget to like and subscribe.